I'm a living example of you can get punched in the face and get back up, because I'm the modern day Aztec warrior.
Yeah, I'm spitting it heavy, the mission is steady. Your bitches are jelly, I'm ditching the petty. You're digging for pennies, I'm itching and ready. I open my heart when I listen to Shetty. I'm bold like a boss, but I'm little like Debbie. I know what the boss, I got richer than Getty. I'm holding the guap and I'm whipping the Yeti. Yeah, Kari can play with advanced moves. I'm fucking my girl and her man too. I'm taking the ball like the Rand do. My soul is the one that I can't lose. I soak up the sun like a sand dune. I'm holding up love with the bamboo. I'm rolling the blunt by the candle. Taking the game, running it back without taking a drink. Yeah, I'm the one and I'm making a wave. Rolling the blunt and I'm blazing a J. I'm escaping the brain, go straight for the cake. I'ma take to the bank, not taking a break. I'm made for the race, I pray for the day. I wake with a bake in a great estate. Are you living in a box? I'm bigger than a box. I'm spitting to supply my bread. My vision on the top is living like a boss when I kick it in a nice white jet. I'm quicker with the bars, I'm wishing with a one. Yeah, I'm dipping to the bar, I guess. I'm switching like LeBron when I spit it in song. My mission is to try my best. Taking a stab, but I came with a bad. I be chasing to grab my goals. If you ain't in the bag and you ain't with the facts, don't be faking and act like bros.
Welcome back to MMA Underground, your favorite part of Tuesday. I'm one half of the dynamic duo known as Buddy V. I'm killing with the one and only
Sam K. And shit, man, we got two phenomenal guests in the building as always. All the way from StreetBeefs Scrapyard, we have the one, the only Pinche Jr.
What's good, y'all? Thank you for having me.
And all the way from StreetBeefs West Coast, we have a newcomer making waves, the one, the only, the Showman.
How's it going?
How y'all doing?
Pretty good, man.
Pretty good.
How you guys doing?
Awesome.
Good night. I'm excited for the show. Yeah, I'm excited to hear some perspectives, been some stuff. I mean, like Sam K said, I mean, the Showman, I was watching your fights multiple times, and when I saw you were going to be a guest, I was so stoked. I'm like, yeah, can't wait to talk. And PJ Jr., you've been in the game for a while. I mean, so many fights are, we've been there for, a few years, easy. So.
Yeah, for sure. I know for sure, bro. I see you every time at that event, every time.
Heck yeah.
You be out there. Appreciate you, bro. Thank you for having me.
Hey, shout out Ryan real quick. One of the best, one of our best.
So, Showman, I was curious though, after watching your fights, did you have 2 fights in one day?
Yeah, technically I fought I don't know, like 5 times. I had like 5, something like that. I fought a Dark Lord in the background too. We were supposed to fight, but he didn't want to fight, I guess, or we didn't have enough time to do it, so we just did like a hard sparring match. So I did that fight before I fought Blanco. So Blanco was like my 3rd fight. And then I fought Big Daddy Williams twice in his Shark Tank. So yeah, I fought a couple times.
Yeah.
Just a couple.
Showman came and showed out.
I mean,
I see that kind of the show is going. Heck yeah, it's gonna be a dope show. It's awesome. We got too many good people. Hell yeah. I was gonna ask Pinche Jr. I was gonna say that Showman coming out, he had these recent fights. It's been, we quite miss you with the scrapyard. We want to come see you whoop some more ass. I was gonna say, you think there's a fight in the future anytime maybe this year or maybe not?
Yeah. Probably I mean the warmer time is coming, so that's when I like to fight, So that's summertime, bro. You feel me? So I'll I have to talk to Chicken and see what's up, But definitely, I miss the scrapyard, man. I love that energy. I love the
Apex.
feeling of being in there, man. It's crazy, And yeah, definitely, I need to get back in the winning column too. So for sure.
Heck yeah, man.
Thank you, man. Appreciate you.
We definitely want to see you back, bro.
Thank you, man. Appreciate you. I see you be getting down on that boxing too, bro.
Yeah.
That's what's up. I fuck with it.
I got a few fights. I came back out to Scrapyard in September and got a match with Samaritan. So
watch that one. Yeah.
Please do.
Yeah, hell yeah, bro. Yeah.
But I wanted to ask Showman, man. Last event was your first event. How did you find out about Street Beefs West Coast? How did the whole start happen?
I mean, I've been watching Street Beefs, the original from Virginia, for probably like a year or two now on Instagram and on Facebook, just seeing the reels and stuff. And I always wanted to do it, but it was all the way out there. And I found out this year about the West Coast stuff going on. So I just saw the video and I messaged a Tiny Tank, and he told me what to do to sign up. And then here we are now.
And where are you from, real quick?
I'm from Modesto, California, 209.
Gotcha. Represent.
Yes, sir.
Born and raised, or
Born and raised, 209.
all right. Hey, I can dig it. And where you from, Pinche Junior?
I was born in Tijuana, bro. I've been raised here though, pretty much like in Seattle, and then uh Monroe. I don't know if you guys ever heard of Monroe area, but it's like pretty far out. Yeah, it's a little town. But yeah, all my family's is down in Tijuana. I miss them for real though. Yeah.
We were joking. I was telling Jay and Samke before the show I had too much to drink the other night because, like, I'm Chicano, right? My family's from America. My girl's
Yeah,
from Mexico, so they drink more than mine.
they drink heavy over there for
Party,
sure.
I don't even know. Sometimes my legs were giving out. I'm like, how y'all still dancing? Oh man.
Nah, yeah, bro, they party heavy over there for sure.
Now, I did want to get into the background of kind of both of your guys' styles, because one thing I do like is I wouldn't necessarily say fully aggressive, but you know how to crowd your opponent. You almost know how to smother them. You know how to
Mhm.
use your reach a little bit to where you can snap back and then you can close the gap real quick and then just really get in
Mhm.
there. If we want to start with Showtime, if you want to go first, I just kind of want to talk about some of your background in fighting and you know.
I mean, yeah. I started off as a wrestler, so that's where I started. I started wrestling like in the 8th grade, and then did it in high school and continued to do it. I kept wrestling in the Marine Corps and fought in the Marine Corps while I was in. Did that for a little bit. Nothing serious in there, just like fighting other Marines, other soldiers, other dudes from Korea, from Peru, stuff like that. Wherever we went over there. But once I got out of the Marine Corps, that's when I started training MMA. Really, so I've been training MMA now, mainly kickboxing and jiu-jitsu, probably for two and a half, 3 years now.
Yeah,
Oh,
okay.
Hey, your skill definitely shows, man. It was crazy because I remember the day of the event. Your first fight was with Sketchy, correct?
Yes, sir.
I said, I needed to take a bathroom break, and I had no idea how your fight with Sketchy was gonna go down, right? But I said, you know what? The fight hasn't started yet. Let me just kind of, dip real quick, take a leak. I'll be right back. You know, I won't even miss the full first round. I get back after the bathroom break, the entire fight is over.
Sorry about that, man.
Can you talk about that first match real quick? And what were your thoughts going into your first Street Beefs match?
Uh, well, I'll be honest. I already fight sanctioned as well, so this is like my first fight. But no matter what, for me personally, I'm always a little nervous, a little scared. Like I don't think that goes away. I think you just get a little more used to it every time. But like always, I just got the was feeling it. But after that, like I always tell myself like it's just something I do every day. It's just another like part of training. This is just like another time of doing some hard sparring with somebody else. So that like that's how I get I'm in that mindset. But honestly, it was just the whole thing was a lot of fun for me. At the end of the day, like I just had a lot of fun. Like shout out to Sketchy for going in there and doing his thing too. Nothing to take away from him because like people always talk shit online, but people don't know like the different levels of fighting and fighters. Like it's just a whole different game, and just to get in the ring itself is already something. So, like I said, like that day, like shout out to Sketchy, man. Like he's a G too.
Yeah, man. Sketchy is one of those guys who has literally fought the hardest competition his entire career. So definitely shout out to Sketchy.
I definitely agree. Like you said, getting in there is a huge part of it because I mean, I've seen people, yeah, sign up for the fights too and talk all that mess, walk in, I'm gonna whoop everyone, and it's oh, your name is, and all of a sudden they have an excuse or where'd they go? They were just here 5 minutes ago. We told them to get on deck. Where'd they? Their car's gone. What do you mean? And it's like, hold on, what? So yeah, and it's it's a huge, yeah, to put yourself out on the line like that, man, that's crazy.
Yes,
Yeah.
sir.
And Pinche, I know that we didn't get to get to you yet about some of your skills because, like I said, I like the way you got that Mexican style where you're right over there, and then some of those overhands are mean, man.
Oh, I appreciate that, man. Shit, I don't know. I started like I always got into I always loved boxing, and I've had a pair of gloves since I was like little, like ever since I could remember, you know. And I would just, I remember I begged my parents for a freaking heavy bag, and I just had it like hung up in the backyard, and I would just like started out like that, you know, just hitting the bag like that, and then I was like, all right, I kind of like this, and then I even remember telling my mom I wanted to go to Virginia, you know, to fight over there in the OG branch. And then I was like, yeah, I
Yeah.
want to box over there. And I was like 20. And then she's like, nah, it's too far. And then I found out about the scrapyard, and I was like, damn, well, I've been training like pretty much all my life by myself. And my brother, I have my brother, so that's a big help, you know, always having a brother always helps because you can spar with them, and it's kind of like a
You don't
cheat
got a
thing,
choice.
you know? Yeah. So then I joined the gym like when I was like 18 because I didn't have like my parents didn't have money for a gym until I started working for myself, you know? And then I got into a
Mhm.
gym, and then I met some hella cool people there, and then they were the ones that like also talked me into fighting when I found out the scrapyard and stuff. Like they were like, "Oh, you got the skills, you could do it if you wanted to," and I was like, "All right," and I tried it out, you know, and I loved it. Yeah, man, that's all I've been doing, just training boxing though, cause I feel like MMA is kind of too savage for me, man. So yeah,
You feel
I
it
can't.
sometimes a little more.
Yeah, for sure, man. I don't know about elbows and taking kicks to the face and stuff, but
It's more
yeah,
weapons for sure.
yeah. But yeah, that's why I stick to boxing, man. I love boxing. But yeah,
Yeah,
What
you're
I wanted to ask you, where did you get the name? How did that come about?
the name,
Yeah.
it's just well, Junior, cause we and my dad had the same name, you know, and then I love my dad, so he's the one that like I really look up to a lot. So I was like, all right, I'm gonna put JR as my like artist name for like, cause I do music stuff too, and then the Pinche, cause like it means like when I was young, I used to get into like a lot of like I used to do a lot of stuff that I was not supposed to do, you know. So it's like, oh, freaking JR again, you know. It's like, oh, freaking JR, oh, freaking JR did this again, and it's like, oh, in Spanish it means pinche, so I'm like, I'm gonna put pinche and then Junior after it, you know. So I was like, yeah, kind of just goes back as like a childhood nickname or something, you know, for
Yeah.
being mischievous, I guess that's the word. But yeah,
I like it.
yeah, man.
I
Thank you,
imagine
man.
telling your mom like, "Hey, I got in a fight again." Like, ah, Pinche Junior. Like, hey,
Yeah,
how'd you know my fight name?
exactly. Exactly, right? Yeah, I used to get suspended from school for fighting all the time, so like that shit's it's just it goes with it.
Yeah.
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 Yeah,
Yeah, you
Ryan
can say
said it.
fuck.
Yeah, you could say fuck.
Yes, sir.
And
Yeah.
Showman, did you get your name? Did you choose your name, or did somebody give you your name?
Nah, so my very first fight, my sanctioned fight, I think it was like 2 years ago now. It was a really good fight. Andrew Toste was his name. He's a local guy, or not local, but he's from Cali too. He's from Gilroy, I think, or San Jose area. He's from out there in the Bay. But we had a really good fight, and then we were just going at it, and people liked it. And then at the end of my fight, I kind of do this thing where I get excited, and so I did a gyro on the floor, and I did the splits.
Mhm.
I kind of knew I knew for a fact I won. Like I knew that was my fight, so like I went on the floor, did a gyro to a split, And then after that, they just called me the Showman, and it stuck from the announcer. So like I didn't pick it. Like, at first, I kind of was like whatever about it. I didn't really like it, but everybody it just kind of fits. So it's grown on me.
The splits, that's a showman in itself. Holy shit, yeah.
Real talk. Hey, you definitely live up to your name, man. Like you said, you came in, you fought Sketchy, followed by Blanco, and then followed by Big Daddy Williams's Shark Tank. And the Shark Tank hasn't been released yet, unfortunately, but I'll go ahead and tell everyone the most competitive rounds that Big Daddy Williams received was from Showman. And that first round was pretty competitive to the point where Showman came back for another round, which you don't usually see in a Shark Tank. So you definitely live up to the name, bro. And I wanted to ask you about that second fight. Um,
Yes, sir.
you know most fighters don't take on multiple fights in a day, and you know that says something in itself. But also, Blanco was scheduled to fight another fighter, and it was pretty obvious that you know things were being said and things were going on at the event. How did that affect you and your decision when deciding to take on that second fight?
I'll be honest, like I wasn't involved in all the fucking cheese man with them and stuff, so I didn't know about any of it. Like I said, I'm just some
Mhm.
9 who drove out there to fight some dudes in Nevada. So like I was there just to get as many fights in as I could. Like I didn't even know I was fighting Blanco. I just was like, "Who? Okay, like let's do it." So like I didn't care. Like I was just there. So, and then it was my first boxing match too. So like I was down for whatever. So at the end of the day, I'm just happy to have my first fight or my first boxing match and walk away with the W. So either way, and shout out to Blanco too. Like he's a good guy, tough competitor. So
Tough fight, tough fight.
That was a good one to watch. And I know that with tough fights and some of the harder ones, I wanted to ask Pinche Jr. One of my favorite ones that from a name we haven't heard from in a while was with Turco. And I wanted
Hmm.
to kind of ask your
Yeah.
thoughts about that fight because that was good. There's a lot of technicalities in there, and I could feel some of that oomph.
That's actually, yeah, my favorite fight actually from the scrapyard. So yeah, I don't know. I had so much fun during that fight, man. Like the people really hyped us up and like they enjoyed it too, and it was just, I don't know. I miss the energy. I can remember the energy, vividly. But yeah, I don't know, man. I think the draw was fair. Um, I don't know. I don't wanna, cause he was champ for like a fat minute there, So I understand why people were like, okay, we can't just, I don't know, give it to the newcomer, right? Like that, Cause I believe that to beat the champ, you gotta knock them out, or like beat them completely,
Yeah.
So I don't know. It was a fun experience, and then uh yeah, he was a tough dude too, man. I couldn't get him out of there, and he took like my best shots too. So my respect, Yeah,
That was a good one. You guys got check that one out. If you haven't watched it, go check it.
appreciate it, man.
Fire fight.
Appreciate you
Yeah.
guys. Thank you,
What
guys.
do you could you see yourself going to any of the other branches? I know you mentioned OG Yard.
Hmm.
West Coast is right next door. That's all I'm saying.
True though.
Yeah,
I'll
dude.
skip the
Yeah,
jump.
that would be really cool. Cause I've been wanting to go out with my homies to shoot a video over there in Cali. And then so I just want to travel around, and then maybe when I do a video over there or something, I do a fight also or something, in the West Coast. That would be pretty cool. I haven't seen much like I haven't looked into much of the boxers that are around my weight class there though, but
Oh no.
and the scrapyard. But I saw some of your fights recently. What weight classes are you, Samke?
I'm 160, so that's lightweight.
Okay. Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's the weight class that I would be at, so I need to look more into that.
Yeah,
Scrap
we got a lot of killers in that weight class, brother.
Yeah.
Oh
Hell
yeah,
yeah, bro. I wanna see them, bro. Yeah.
that'd be dope,
Yeah.
man. That'd be dope, man.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
Showman, could you see yourself fighting outside of the West Coast branch, maybe at another Street Beefs branch? Oh, he's a little tied up there. Think he's still at the gym. Ryan, you are Ryan is insane, bro.
That's funny. Wait, the showman's muted.
Yeah, he was handling something.
Yeah.
Showman, I was asking, could you see yourself fighting at another Street Beefs branch?
Yeah. Like I don't mind. It all depends because like I said, I already fight sanctions. Like I already have a busy fight schedule and stuff. So like coming up in March, I already have another title fight here in California that I have to do. And I know I think it was Weto. Yeah, he was talking about me possibly going out to Arizona, I think in March on the 30th and fighting some dude named Strelka or something like that. I don't know. So that's a
Uh,
possibility.
so
So
Strelka is another organization.
okay,
He's a
Strelka is another fight organization. I'm not sure if they're still coming over to fight us, but he's basically was trying to set up a Street Beefs versus Strelka type of deal.
okay.
Yeah, they're another backyard org. Some tough guys, man. Do you want to talk a little bit about your outside sanction events?
I mean, sure. You guys have any questions about that or whatever you guys want to ask?
Yeah. Just give us a little, just an overall background. What where you've been, what you've done.
Okay. So the organization that for California is called Camo. So that's what, for all the amateur MMA fighters. That's what we fight under is Camo. I've done I want to say six or seven fights now. Yeah, I'm 5-2. So I've already won a 145 title fight. So I won belt already. My last title fight I didn't win, unfortunately. It's actually somebody I already beat, so he got me this time. So we're probably gonna have to meet again a third time, either for an amateur belt or in the pros. So I have to do that fight later on. But like I said, I have another one coming up in March for another organization called 5150. So I have to fight for their 155 title belt here coming up soon. But the sanction game it's a whole different game because everybody there is a killer. Honestly, like once you get to a certain level, everybody's there because this is what they want to do. They all want to go pro, and then this is where they start out at. So once you get your first 2-3 fights in, and your pads and stuff, it's easy. But once you take those shin pads off and your bare shin, it's a whole different thing, man. So, but man, I either way, like to me, I just want to fight. To be honest, so like doing street beefs, doing sanction, either way, it like to me it's just fun.
Hey, I can dig that. And I was curious with your military background. When you first got into fighting out of the military, was it kind of hard to transition to be like, hey, I actually can't do some of these moves and fights in these fights because they would be illegal?
I mean, no, I'll be honest with you. A lot of the military fight training isn't as tense as most people think, unless you're more of a special operations person or you're a special forces person. Then you get into it more. But the basic like Marine or soldier doesn't learn much unless you're going out and learning that yourself. So like for me, like the Marine Corps system has a whole belt system themselves too. And I got up like halfway through their belt system. But to be honest, through my wrestling and like already jiu-jitsu training, I would probably like most of the time I smacked around like most other Marines who were black belts in the Marine Corps martial art because on it itself is like a little MMA. They take a little bit of jiu-jitsu, take a little bit of wrestling, take a little bit of everything. So but to be honest, MMA kind of helped me transition out of the military just to like kind of calm down and be myself because like how most military people are, once you get out, it's kind of hard to adjust to civilian life and being here with normal people, not so much your military family or brothers. So MMA definitely helped me bring me back down to earth.
Hey, that's a great testament, man, because a lot of people don't have that outlet. You know, a lot of people are looking for that outlet. You know, and I think that's what Street Beefs gives to a lot of people as well. You know, is that community, that fellowship, that you know, almost that band of brothers. You know, if you will. So definitely glad that you found MMA.
Thank you, thank you.
Yeah.
And it's time for the fun question. I know, we always like to ask the guests, because obviously Pinche Jr., you got some skills, you can box, and then the Showman, you're already going to be going pro eventually, so we know that's in your future. So my question is, if there was bare knuckle opportunities, would you ever try to go and take those? Because I know a lot of people sit there and they, the gloves and bare knuckles are a huge deciding factor. I don't know. You want to go first, Pinche Jr., and where you stand?
Yeah, yeah. I've been telling my brother about that because when I seen they were doing like tryouts, right? In Virginia, and I was like, bro, look, I was like, we're getting closer. I was like, they might bring them over to Washington or something. And I was like, I'd be interested for sure. Cause I mean, I've been in fights before with no gloves, so I feel like it's kind of cool to like be getting paid to do that, you know.
That's
um,
right.
but I mean, obviously, I know it's savage, so yeah, I know what comes with it, you know. Um, but it's definitely interesting because it's growing fast, and I don't know, the opportunities there, you know. Yeah,
Hell yeah.
yeah,
What yourself?
Uh, to be honest, like I'm training for everything. So if bare knuckle would ever give me a call, I'm down. Like I said, I want to fight. So like,
yeah.
be down, man. To be honest with you.
He's ready to eat.
Mhm. We got several Street Beefs guys in the organization, man, making waves. So I don't know
Yeah.
if y'all saw Lil Mac. He got a TKO the other day,
Yes,
and
sir. I seen that.
yeah. So could be you guys. You know,
Yes, sir.
There.
Never know.
sure, for sure.
Yep.
And now I kind of got. Or were you gonna say something, Somka?
No, go ahead, go ahead.
Okay. Okay. I got kind of got a fun question because this one I was curious about. Fighting is seen in many different aspects. The way people look at it. Some people think of it as therapeutic, and you said earlier, some people think of it as barbaric. My question to you is, how do you think fighting really does translate to real life? Because I personally think it improves, and it really does teach a lot of great skills. But I kind of wanted to feel like, do you guys feel like it's necessary that everyone should be in at least one or two fights in their life, and does it translate well? Or
Um.
I didn't know that Nasty Native had a fight coming up, BKFC. Shit, shout out to
Yeah,
Nasty Native.
yep.
Who should answer first?
Yeah, you
Doesn't
Show me.
matter. Uh.
go. Oh, you.
PJ?
Um.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. I think. In real life, yeah. I mean, to have a fight or at least train like a combat sport, I think is like needed. You know, to I mean, for one, self defense. You know, and then the other, like, yeah, you find out really what you're made of if you really fight, and if you take fight for real, you know. And I feel like, I don't know, if you it'll make you feel like a man if you fight. So yeah, I think it translates to that. So, and it is therapeutic too. So
I
Punch in
mean,
the face, nothing like it.
I think everybody should know how to fight. To be honest with you, like, because you never know at the end of the day, like, what could happen in the world. And personally, like, I'm a dad, I'm a father, I have two kids, so like, you can't not know how to defend your family, especially as a man. Like,
True.
you have to know how to fight. So
Facts.
yeah, yeah. Bottom line, you gotta know as a man, you have to know how to fight.
Exactly.
I will say I got in
Agreed.
trouble at my school. Or so I was say I got in trouble at school one time picking up my kids because I was talking about it, and someone asked like, "Oh, why do you fight?" I was like, "Well, if something happens, how am I going to defend my kids?" I was like, "Half these people are, they're not even. It doesn't matter about weight, size. Half these people are just out of shape. So it's like the fact they
Yeah.
can't even touch their own toes, or they can't do anything. Something happens, they're asking to be out of breath 15 seconds. What are they really going to do?" And I saw all these parents looking at me, and I was like, "And as a man, it's your duty to be able to take care of your kids." And then I saw a couple of dads
Exactly.
look at me, and I was like, "Oh, I said a little loud." Sorry.
Nah, that's all facts though, man. Like seriously. It says I read this post that said like, oh, if you work out consistently, you'll be uh healthier than like 80% of the people in the world or something like or around you or something. So it's like
Oh,
but yeah, you really I don't know, you really gotta sorry guys, I got a call. My bad.
Oh, it's all good.
No, we're good now. Uh,
Oh,
oh shit.
keep going your toes.
Sorry about that.
I was gonna say, I just look back at a lot of my schoolmates, and I'm like, yep, you're not exercising, you're not training. You know what I
Yep.
mean? And you can tell the ones who are, and how well off that one aspect goes in their entire life. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know, something about training, something about exercise. You know, you're not the same without it.
Yeah, no, for sure.
it's good for
It
the mind.
shows a level of discipline in your life. And I feel like that reflects that you don't have to say, people can just see that as you walk. And it's like, it's one of those things where, like fighters, all of us command respect. We don't ask for it, we command it. There's a difference.
Yep.
Absolutely. I wanted to ask both of you guys. Both of you have a love for fighting. You guys enjoy it. Who are some of your inspirations in the fight world?
In the fight world. Um, I think one of my biggest is Julio Cesar Chavez. I really look up to his style. Um, and then Mike Tyson for sure. Mike's the OG. But yeah, and then I fuck with Canelo Alvarez too. He's one of my because I really love his head movement and the way he trains and stuff. So I look into that stuff too. But yeah, pretty much it for me.
Uh, to be honest, it's a little mix up. Like Pinche said, obviously Mike Tyson, the OG, you got to give it to him. Dude's just an animal, a dog. And then a recent athlete in jiu-jitsu, Mikey Musumeci. I like him a lot. Honestly, he just shows that a fighter can come from many different like any shape and size. Like it doesn't matter. You can be a complete nerd and people don't know about it. And as soon as they touch you, you can just wrap them up and put them in a pretzel. So like definitely. And then for MMA, I'd probably say John Jones just because he's the GOAT, man. Like growing up watching him, dude was only like 21, beating like some of the legends at the time, like Rampage Jackson, Rashad Evans, Machida. Like dude was just a monster at like 21, 22. So
Yeah,
Jones for sure.
yeah, yeah. Another one I forgot to mention was Kimbo Slice, man. Kimbo Slice
Yeah.
definitely got me into this backyard stuff too.
OG.
Yep.
Sure.
Yeah, I like to
Man.
say Kimbo and Street Beefs were some of the first fights people saw on YouTube.
Yep.
If you
Yep.
really think back to it, if it wasn't
It's
OG
true.
Yard Street Beefs, it was Kimbo
Yep.
Yep.
or bum fights.
Love fight.
Y'all remember? Y'all remember?
And those World Star fights, bro. That's what I used to
Yep,
look up, bro.
World
yep,
Star. Did y'all
Yeah.
remember that fighter's level from with Kimbo?
yep.
Which one?
Yeah, I was yeah, that guy was a beast. World Star. Nah, what's that? Was me? You was I lagging or was that? Yeah, my shit must have been messed up. I was gonna ask you guys because we talk a lot about fighting, and one of the things I like to touch on sometimes is, outside of fighting, people don't always, they see the fights, whether it's just in the cage, they see the fights, whether it's online, and they see what we do, but they don't get to see everything outside the discipline, the how we have to kind of organize our lives to be able to live it, and even some of the hobbies that we have. And I wanted to start with Pinche Jr. because I know earlier you brought up how you do some music. If you kind of want to
Mhm.
let people know what kind of music you do, where to find it, and even just how long you've been in the music game too.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I got music out on all platforms right now, and then I mean, I just started getting into the marketing side of it, so I just started learning that stuff. So I'm like learning the ropes,
Griggs.
and yeah, trying to grow up like barely. But I've been in the game for a while now, probably like 7 years now, I think. Um, yeah, I didn't start recording in like cool studios like I do now, like till I was like, I don't know, 18 or like 19 around there. Um, but yeah, it's definitely a blessing, man, because where I come from, like it's not easy to get into a studio at all, you know? It's definitely something like hard and expensive over there, and then so I don't take it for granted over here. And then uh yeah, I mean, I figured boxing or combat sports and music go hand in hand, so I'm like, all right, that's why I love to do it. It inspires me to do it, while I box. I come up with like ideas and stuff like that. So yeah,
So I
and
got two questions. Two questions, right?
yeah.
Have you done any work for the Scrapyard theme music or anything? Have you done any of that?
I've actually been in. I think I've talked about it with Fire Chicken like once or twice, and I'm definitely interested in doing something for him to put on there.
Okay, okay.
And I'm gonna make sure to put out some music in English too, because all my stuff right now is in Spanish. But
Okay.
I've been linking up with like some good rappers from out here from Seattle and stuff, and they rap in English, and I've been getting inspired by that. So I'm like, all right, I'm gonna do something in English, see what we can come up with. You know?
So the second question,
Yeah.
can we get a verse?
Hell yeah,
Come
you
on,
rap.
come on. Let's go. Let's
Yeah.
go.
Yeah. I'll get you. Yeah, you rap or what?
Back in the day, bro. Back in the
Yeah.
day. It's they say you are what you do. So I haven't done it in a minute. I'm not gonna claim it like that, but I'm definitely gonna get back to it for
Okay.
sure.
Yeah. No,
For
yeah,
sure.
dude. Cause I've been actually I got hit up by Lights Out. Lights Out from the Scrapyard, and
Hmm.
he's like, "Hey, bro," he's like, "I want to make a track with you." I'm like, "All right, hell yeah." I'm like, "Send me something, and I'm ready to do it, bro." I was like, I'll give you a verse for sure.
That'd be dope. That'd be dope.
Yeah.
I was talking about let's hear a live,
Oh,
let's hear
live
you spit.
Yeah,
freestyle.
That's what
that's
I
what I
meant.
thought. Yeah.
Oh man,
Oh,
yo,
live
y'all
battle.
putting me on blast right now.
I mean, we talking about it. Give it a little sample, something to
All
make
right.
the people say, "All right, we got to go look this guy up."
I mean, and in Spanish though, cause I
Yeah,
can't really
hey,
understand.
we have a Spanish audience, believe it or not.
Alright, alright. Let's get it. Let's get it. Let's go. Como quisiera regresar el tiempo cuando éramos niños, éramos felices, no teníamos nada y éramos felices. Bien dicen que el tiempo cura cicatrices, pero eso no es cierto. Sigo dolorido como cuando tú te fuiste, hermano, en paz descansa. Sé que no pudiste decirle a mamá que cuánto la amabas, no pudiste despedirte con los ojos tristes. Yo voy a seguirle. There you go.
All right, all right, all right.
It's a little something, man. Yeah, we
Sound
working
good.
on it, man. We working on it.
Hell yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
You
Sheesh.
feel it, bro? Yeah. Nah, I do this shit like all the time. I started when I was in high school, just bored and shit. But yeah.
We got to hear for exclusive. This is why people tune in for news, for things that you don't get to see on other podcasts, for all sorts of cool, fun shit.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
We
Hell
try to
yeah.
give people their flowers, but also like, we trying to get to know the fighter and what makes the fighter the fighter, you know?
Yeah, for sure.
Showman, do you dabble in anything, outside of the fight world, Any hobbies outside?
No, man. To be honest with you, I don't have much hobbies. I go crab fishing when I can, but like
Hey,
that's every once in a while
Hey,
crabbing. But other than that, dude, I just train and I work. Like I do construction. I'm a laborer, so I do a little bit of everything: carpentry, drywall, like electrician, like whatever needs to be done. So like, all I got to do is work, so I can save up money and buy my ranch for my kids. So
Hell yeah.
hey,
that's
my man,
dope.
Connections are
a
dope.
lot.
That's dope.
Appreciate you, bro.
sure.
Man, you ever get deals from people when you come back? You're like, yo, I got a couple crabs. What you got for me?
I'll have some friends and stuff, and like they'll hook up other meats and stuff because I have like some homeboys who buy like beef and like whole pigs and stuff. So like they'll trade like meat every once in a while because I'll have like a bunch of extra crabs and stuff. So once in a while.
How big do they get?
Oh, the crabs, dude, like they're huge, man. When you go out to the bay, so I go out to San Francisco, like depending on the crab, like some Dungeness crabs, I've gotten up to like 10, 11 inches, dude, and they're huge crabs, yeah, and they're a good like 11-pound crabs, dude.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Once.
See, I want some crabs that big. Yeah, we get some good seafood up here in the Northwest because I live in Tacoma. He lives in Seattle. Like, whew, some of that food, it's all.
Oh yeah.
Oh man, I'll just at work on the water on the weekends at a field dock, so I help get all the boats. And sometimes, yeah, I tell people I'm a fighter, and in the morning I stretch out and I do my stuff. And sometimes people are like, oh, you need some of you got a fight coming up here, here, take one, get some vitamins in.
Well, there you
Oh
go.
yeah, man. It's like a perk of telling people you're a fighter, you know? Yeah, free stuff.
Right? I tell them, like, you give me something for free, all you gotta do is whistle, and if someone's messing with you, I'll run across the street. I got you.
For sure. Yeah.
That's funny. How do y'all like y'all crab prepared? Like how y'all like to eat crab?
For me, like every time I bring it home, like my wife just puts it in the pot. We boil it, and then we make a big old soup out of it. So we'll have like crab soup, so a bunch of like
Okay.
potatoes, celery, cilantro, make a whole thing out of it. Some bacon too in there.
Ooh, that's different.
Yeah.
That's what I'm talking about.
Shit,
What about
yeah,
you, Pinche?
believe it or not, I don't eat much crab, bro, but I be eating shrimp and like ceviche, you know what ceviche is? You know,
Oh yeah.
right?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
ceviche.
Oh yeah.
I got
Yeah.
some left over in my fridge.
No, yeah, that shit slaps, man. For sure. I do
And
love some seafood though.
that's actually segue to a perfect question because I wrote one down a little different for this show because I usually ask people when you're on a diet or if you're losing weight for a fight, what's a meal that you like to enjoy during that? Now,
Mhm.
if that when you're training and I just want to ask, what is a good hearty meal when you're on recovery? No diet, no nothing. Like you want to recover. What is something real good that you'll make that you know is going to hit the spot and is perfect for an after workout?
Um,
Will you show me or Pinche?
oh, yeah, someone can go first.
Yeah.
Honestly, like it's gonna sound really basic, but like I'll go to the store and grab like 2 cans of like some chili beans to make some rice and chili beans, and I'll make some carne asada with it too, and like mix it all together with the pot and just have like one big old chili over rice with a bunch of cheese on it. It's really basic, but it tastes good as hell.
As a bowl.
Yeah, right. Pretty much is like a bowl. Yeah, it's a whole bowl of rice, chili, carne asada, and like some hot sauce on it.
Nice.
Yes, sir. I would say, uh,
Apex, wow, bro.
I'm
shit.
not.
I would say maybe like enchiladas, bro. Cause
Ooh.
yeah, I don't cook, but
Recovery.
my I don't cook, but my girlfriend makes some bomb ass enchiladas, man. So
Oh
yeah,
man.
And I mean, they're not spicy as like how they sound, but they taste good. Definitely not. Yeah, not spicy stuff, but I don't know. What do you guys think?
You wanna go first? So I know some cases like the big foodie. So yeah,
Yeah,
you wanna
I'm
go?
a huge. I am fat on the inside. Uh, Man, enchiladas sound amazing right now. Yeah, I don't know
Yeah.
why you said that. That sounds incredible. But
Yes,
that's
sir.
heavy. You know what I mean? That's
Yeah.
heavy.
Yeah.
That would be like my cheat right there.
Yeah.
I don't really have like a specific recovery meal.
Mm-hmm.
The only thing that I make sure I eat before a fight, like right before the night before the fight, I eat a really I cook my own steak and it's nice and red and I go barehanded. I eat it barehanded and I'm just in the mind frame of I'm gonna tear them up tomorrow. But outside of that, you know just try to eat clean prior to the fight,
Yeah.
you know and then I get greasy after. I get
Muscles?
greasy.
I
Bombasos.
don't
I've
know
heard
them.
of them.
You guys know?
I've heard of it, but I've never actually ate one or seen it.
Me neither.
Bombazos. Yeah, I don't. Well, mine's a tie, man. I got two favorite meals. My first one is sweet potatoes with scrambled eggs. I don't know why
Whoa.
it's so good. And then I wrap it in a
Whoa.
tortilla. Like I get the big tortillas and I put extra cheese and I put I love pepper, so a lot of fresh cracked pepper. Roll it up, one big one. I'm solid. The second one is like a little surf and turf. I'll do chicken and shrimp. I do the skewers on the grill and I season them. But then that way I get corn tortillas for that. Then that way I just take the meat off. I put all my cebolla, tomate, cilantro, all that. Just throw it on there. Take the meat and just whoosh, grab it and bam. And so those are the top two that yeah. They
Dude, I love flour tortillas, man. I love those.
taste better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I can do either one, yeah.
What do you we're talking about food. What are you guys's how do you guys feel about weight cutting and strict dieting? What is you guys' viewpoints on that?
That's Showman can go first.
I mean, dieting is also like not necessary in my opinion, depending on how far into the game you want to get. Like if you're just doing some backyard stuff like street beefs, to be honest, you don't. In my opinion, you shouldn't be cutting too hard for that. You should probably be eating healthy, sticking to your normal diet, not cutting water weight out, and just eating your regular stuff and just training. If you're going to do some backyard stuff, but if you're doing like some sanctioned events, then you're probably going to have to go more harder into your diet and start cutting like your water on the week of the fight and getting more serious into it. And sometimes depending on how heavy you are, you might have to plan out your meals 2 months in advance before a fight to make sure you're making that weight. But it's definitely part of the game that's probably, in my opinion, probably the hardest part of the game, to be honest with you, because everybody can go there train. Because training at the end of the day, it's therapy, it's fun, but nobody likes to fucking not eat food.
Yeah.
Facts. Yeah, I don't know. Weight cutting, I don't know. I've never really had to weight like or cut weight like that, because I've just done my regular training and then I stopped consuming like a ton of sugar and stuff, and I just strictly like lost weight and I got into the weight that I should be at. And I didn't even have to like, I don't know, like, oh, go crazy over it, like, oh, I have to make a strict diet or anything. It was just eating less of everything and then a balance.
Yeah.
uh and then finding that balance, you can really eat whatever. It's just if you're exercising, you're not gonna really gain weight, so you're not gonna have the need to cut weight either. You maintain it. So that's my opinion on it. I don't know. I've never had to cut weight like crazy or anything. I just go out to run and I cut weight pretty fast too.
And I was gonna say, I know that it's getting a little later in the show, so I unfortunately have to be the bearer of bad news in a second. And we gotta come wrapping this up. But I am curious about that question King Cal asked about if you believe there should be a hydration limit. Because I'm very curious about that for you guys. And if Yeah, you want to do the same way, Showman? You want to go first and just let us know what you think about that?
Yeah. So I think King Cal asked me a question earlier too about bare knuckle MMA, and just to answer that question that he had earlier, yeah, I would do that. Like same thing with bare knuckle boxing. If they paid me, hell man, I'm game. I would do that. But uh, hydration testing, man. To be honest, it's a debatable topic, but to be for the fighter safety, I do think it's something that should be done because as fighters, we're stupid. We will kill ourselves just to make fucking weight. We will. Like, and we see it plenty of times in the UFC, especially with like some of the Dagestani wrestlers like Khabib and Kamzat. Like those dudes have literally almost like killed themselves like because they cut so much water out and they look like skeletons like as they're weighing in. So it's definitely like something people don't want in the game, but I think it's necessary.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I don't know. I'm kind of on the same page for fighter safety. I think it's kind of needed, but people don't. I don't know. They look down upon it or something. I don't know. But yeah.
Yeah, I kind of think it should because it's like you have the weight classes there for a reason, and somebody has to wait to the last possible second to get that weight, and you know damn well that the minute they step off that scale, they drink water, they're not going to be that weight anymore, and it's just like, what at what point, do you really draw the line?
What's the point? Yeah.
I mean, but it is part of the game. I mean, shows that discipline.
For sure.
Oh, over 200 pounds. I didn't know he walked around that heavy.
Yeah, that's a good point. At what point is it too much? You know what I mean? At what point is it just too extreme?
Yeah. So before we finish this out, Sam, did you have one last question to ask, or
No, man, I've gone through it all. I've gone through it all. Whatever you got coming up.
just to make sure that you guys anyone watching, the viewers, know anything you want to tell them, where to find your social medias, and if you want them to go check out one specific fight of yours. You wanna go show me?
Yeah, sure. You can follow me at Moses Gomez 209 on Instagram and on Twitter or X, whatever they call it now. And I should have my top 3 fights pinned on my Instagram, and if not, I have the links for the YouTube in my bio.
Dope. Yeah, I mean, to me, you can find me on all platforms for music, as Pinche, and then JR with the dot at the end. And then my yeah, same as my YouTube, and then I'll be dropping a new video soon there. And then like I said, music in English will be coming soon. Um, and yeah, man, check out pretty much all my scrapyard fights, cause I don't really, like I said, I'm not really impressed with any of my performances, so I don't really. I just encourage people to go watch them because they're fun to watch, I guess. Uh, the best is yet to come, I can say though. But yeah, thank you guys for having me, bro. For real.
Yeah, thank you very much.
We appreciate y'all.
Thank
It's
you,
an
man.
awesome time. Man. Yeah, I saw
Another
that. I
great
felt
show.
it. It was like, yeah, I saw the time and I was like, man, I have the feeling the way this has been going. Every time I looked, so much time would pass. I'm like, if I look away, there's gonna be another 20 minutes gone. Oh,
Yeah, that's how it is, man. Every week, good conversations. It just flows.
oh yeah. But before we get to those fun segments, you always love to hear, you got to hear a little something special.
What's up, everybody? It's Jay from Yankee and the Brit bringing you some exciting news. King Palms and Yankee and the Brit are teaming up together to give you an amazing deal. Head over to kingpalm.com, use promo code KPYNB to save 20% off your entire order. That's right, 20% off your entire order just by using the promo code KPYNB. If you want to enhance your smoking experience, King Palms has you covered. Innovative designs, premium quality, and they're all natural. So make sure you go over to kingpalm.com and use the promo code KPYNB at checkout to save 20% off your entire order.
Buddy V's Fighters to Watch.
What are these fighters to watch? Starting off with the scrapyard, as always, we have El Matador. Now, this was a fun fight when I was watching it because I believe the opponent was, Big Stan. And man, not only were they going around, Big Stan was a fighter to watch before, so you know it's a good fight. And as they're going, this man somehow works his way to pull off an armbar. And I saw it was one of the cleanest. I was just like, hold on. And then rewatched it a second time. So don't blink because you might miss it. But he's definitely a fighter that you want to watch. Second was Adonis from StreetBeefs West Coast. Now, he didn't win his fight because he got hurt. And when I was watching his fight, you could see his arm come back and he just stopped. And I don't know if it was his bicep. I don't know what happened to him in the fight, but he obviously ended up getting injured. And I'm telling you, at the beginning, I was sitting here waiting. I was like, come on, come on. And I was like, oh, damn. I mean, I was already so invested. I need to see it. Did you know, was he hurt, Samke, or?
Yeah, his shoulder went out. It went out of socket or something like that.
Well, thank you. Oh man, so Adonis, we want to see him in the yard because that was about to be a banger. Third one is Corruption from the OG yard. Now I thought I saw one of his fights before, and I did, and he was slick, and I just never put him on the list. So I was like, okay. Well, as I was rewatching, he had fought Zaytoven, and you know Zaytoven's a staple yard. He's a killer, straight beast in the yard. You know when he goes in, he puts work in. And this guy, Corruption, went the distance with him. It was a good, close fight, and he definitely pushed Zaytoven as much as Zaytoven pushed him. And so just seeing that, a full round match of people both with skill to showcase, yes, I want to see more of Corruption because I think we're going to have a couple highlight reels. We might knock some people out. But those are my 3 fighters to watch.
Great picks, man. As always, great picks.
Thank you. I mean, dare you say.
Fire picks. Yeah, Samke and the Fire 5. We're going to go ahead and start things off at StreetBeefs OG Yard. You see it. Enigma versus Vlexi. This was a boxing match. This was another one of those classic matches where it's a boxer versus a brawler. These men were very respectful, very sportsmanlike, and it didn't stop these guys from throwing bombs at each other. But at the same time, you can see the boxer picking his shots, technique versus heart. And, one of the things that stood out was you can never underestimate your opponent. Never, never. StreetBeefs OG Yard, Enigma versus Vlexi, firefight. Yeah, StreetBeefs Scrapyard. You see it. If you're trying to look this fight up, you see the title on the screen. This is a match between Killer B versus Nordic Uso. This is a grappling match, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, straight grappling. This was toe-to-toe for a little minute. These guys were for a second had a little standstill, and then you see one mistake, one slip up, and we got a beautiful choke in the end. This is a great match. StreetBeefs Scrapyard, Killer B versus Nordic Uso, fire fight. Yeah, now we're going back to StreetBeefs West Coast. This fight went down at the last event. This is a fight between 2 newcomers, Adelphos versus JoJo, MMA match. This is a crazy fight right here. We saw these guys put up great defenses, great offenses, intense exchanges, heavy strikes, a lot of wrestling, a lot of grappling. You see the momentum going back and forth, and a lot of determination and will by both of these men. Great fight. StreetBeefs West Coast Adelphos versus JoJo. Yeah, we got Street Beefs Dirty South on the list. If you're trying to look this fight up, you'll have to type in what's on the title there. This fight is between Mindless Beast and T-Bron. This was a fire MMA match in the Dirty South branch. We have the legendary West Coast fighter Diesel reffing, and these two get straight to work, man. They take it to the ground early. We got a lot of chopping kicks throughout this fight as well, but the grappling was great. We saw a lot of ground and pound. And at one point, there was a lot of calm, poised, controlled transitions between these fighters. In the end, we had a great last round, great exchange, great fight. Street Beefs Dirty South, Mindless Beast versus T-Bron. And we're going to end it tonight at Street Beefs OG Yard. You heard his name mentioned in the Fighters to Watch by Buddy V. We have Corruption versus Zaytoven. This was a fire fight. Great boxing match displayed here. Counters, combinations. This is one of those youth versus power type of matches. Very competitive. Both men trying to establish themselves against the other the entire fight. Just great boxing skills displayed throughout. And it's one of those fights where you know, it could go either way. Comment who you believe won. Street Beefs OG Yard, Corruption versus Zaytoven, Samke and the Fire 5.
Definitely some fire picks.
Appreciate it. Yeah, man. These dudes, they put on, man. They definitely put on. Shout out to Apex. He's been with us the whole show. Can we throw? He asked a question early in the show. I think it was about something about his next opponent or something. Can we throw that up real quick? I didn't want to answer that while we had our guests.
Yeah, I was doing right towards up the beginning too.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. See, oh Jay, we keep you on your toes, Jay. We get too easy on you.
All right, so you ref 2 of my fights, but who should I fight next, bro? I love the pre-matchups, and I'd like to get your thoughts on that. Let's see. That was a good fight. That Island Strong fight was really good. I think a good fight for you would be White Fang. White Fang would be a good fight. You guys are similar in weight. That would be very. It would be similar. It'd be similar to fighting Island Strong. You know, he's another next level. Stop, Ryan. He's that next. You know, he's that next guy up. You know, White Fang definitely. He's got that. He's got that snap in his punches. Let me see. Maybe one more person I can think of. 140s. Come on, Ryan. You normally, normally you have some good ones. 140s. Apex, no, I'm down to fight my fan. Okay. See, I know a lot of guys in that weight class in MMA, but the guys who fight at that weight class in boxing, it's not a whole lot. You know what? What's my guy name? Silverback. So Silverback fought White Fang as well. That'd be a good fight for you. I think Silverback's gonna probably come back either in MMA or kickboxing, but oh yeah, no, these guys would definitely test you. These are some of the top guys. Can't think of anyone. I know. The 140s is hard to think right now. KT, KT would be that would be a tough fight. Good fight for you. Tough fight. He's gonna bring it. Yeah, man. Yeah. Just keep training, bro. Keep working. I see you got you made some progress in that last fight versus the fight before. You fought some tough opponents. Your first fight was against my one of my teammates, you know what I mean? And you went through it, you know what I'm saying? So just stay at it, bro. Keep training. You know, we want to see you thrive. Awesome, man. Yeah, that will be exciting. Yep. But anyway, I know we done ate up some time. It's about that time. What you say, buddy?
About that time.
Yeah. I want to thank our guest tonight. Phenomenal show, Pinche Jr. and Showman. You guys were great. We appreciate you guys. Everyone, go check out their fights. They're on YouTube. Pinche Jr., Scrapyard, Showman, StreetBeefs West Coast, as well as the other fights and the other organizations that he mentioned. I want to thank the people in the live chat, the people watching this on playback. We appreciate you all. StreetBeefs OG Yard, Scrapyard, West Coast, and Dirty South. We appreciate you guys. We do this for you guys. Yeah, man. If you're trying to catch me, I'm here every Tuesday, same time, same place. Thank you, Buddy V. Thank you, Jay. And Overtime Hustling Magazine. Appreciate you guys. Heart in the fight. We appreciate you guys. And yeah, man, that's pretty much it for me.
First off, snap!
Yeah.
The new logo that I'm in. So you make sure you go check out Zwell World and see that new Jaguar logo. You will find the sweatsuits with this image. You might even find some shirts. ZwellWorld.com. And I'm actually going to be talking to Jay and Somke about one or two things because you guys need some new MMA Underground merch. You had some stuff. You had your chance to get it. And I feel like the people that got it. So now you're going to have to wait and get some new stuff with some Zwell. With that being said, make sure you check out Zwell_Buddy V for the Instagram. And shout out to everyone else that's watching this show, like Somke. You were one half the dynamic duo. On the other half, heck yeah. Jay, we kept you on your toes tonight. That was fun. And yeah, I just appreciate all of you. Every Tuesday, I truly have fun. I look forward to it. Even my kids know every Tuesday when it's time, Daddy goes on his live, the volume that they're at goes. So thank you all, though, and we won't keep you any longer. So in Jay's famous words, one world, one love, deuces.